This is the RuneScape Showdown. We started off with 10 competitors, and through weekly eliminations we are down to 3. They are battling it out for a huge GP prize. Welcome back to the RuneScape Showdown. Welcome back to the RuneScape Showdown, and congratulations to each of you. You have all managed to stick it out this far.
Coming into this showdown, seeing how many great players were in it, I had no idea how I would measure up against them. But seeing myself in the final 3, I'm thinking I might even have a shot at winning the whole thing.
These are the semi-finals. Today we will know who will end up in the final round of the RuneScape Showdown.
I'm now into the final 3, and I'm so excited that I've made it this far. I've been on the ropes for the entire competition, but I'm coming for the crown, and I want to win this thing.
I am pretty scared. I'm up against 2 very talented players. RuneScape is an insane PVMer, so I'm really hoping this isn't something to do with PVM, and if it's more so niche knowledge based, then I might have a better chance. Silence is pretty good with his niche knowledge though, so again, it's still going to be risky no matter what task we get given.
It is almost time to start the challenge, but first it is time for a small announcement. Next week we will see the final episode of the RuneScape Showdown, and as one final celebration I will be doing a subathon live stream on Twitch. The stream will start the day after the RuneScape Showdown finale, on Sunday at 10 AM game time. At 12 AM game time, we will be doing a party at Falador as I will be achieving 120 in all skills on my Ironman account. The rest of the stream will include various different activities, including doing some of the RuneScape Showdown challenges with the viewers. I hope to see some of you there. With that said, I should also mention that the RuneScape Showdown prize pool has once again increased to 80.3 billion GP. If you are interested in increasing the prize pool, this week will be your last chance to do so. Join the Discord in the link in the description.
I'm noticing that there have been a lot of challenges related to clues and a lot of miscellaneous RuneScape knowledge, but something that we haven't done yet is anything related to player versus monster. So I'm hoping that in these final few challenges, there's something PVM related coming up, because that is where I can thrive, and I think I'm the best PVMer of the bunch.
Up until this point, you have all proven yourself in many different aspects of the game. But there is one big thing in this game that we have yet to test you on. So let me introduce you to today's challenge. Today's challenge is the much anticipated PVM challenge.
The one thing I didn't want, man. I don't think I can out-PVM RuneScape on this, but I will do my best to make people proud.
For today's challenge, you will delve into the Rex Matriarch lair. The 3 standard dinosaur bosses will be your targets. You will have to attempt to take out all 3 separate Rex Matriarch bosses. To test your strategies and PVM competence, you will be scored on 3 separate categories. First up, you will be scored on how many of the 3 Rex Matriarchs you can take out. The next scoring factor will be how quickly you can complete this challenge. And finally, you can choose any gear that you want to take into this fight, but you will be scored on how much your setup costs. The cheaper the setup, the better. For each of these 3 categories, first place will get 3 points, second place 2 points, and third place 1 point. The person with the least points at the end of this challenge will be eliminated from the RuneScape Showdown.
The Rex Matriarch challenge is so interesting because not only is that something I have done before in a different series, but it's also just a really unique way of scoring it. I have a ton of experience killing bosses with lower tier gear, so I'm very excited for this challenge, and I think there's no way I'm gonna get eliminated. No matter how it shakes out, I'm gonna manage to win this challenge, because if we're all geared the same, I should have the best kill time, so I just need to come up with a good strategy, and we're gonna make it work.
As soon as it's revealed that we're going into a PVM challenge, I know that I have some really tough competition to go against. The RuneScape has a endgame hardcore Iron Man, so he can do any piece of PVM content in the game with ease. He's going to be a big threat for this challenge. My crew, on the other hand, is a bit of a wild card. I know he's really good at everything in the game, which obviously includes PVM, but that's not really what he's known for. It's going to be interesting to see what strategy he takes going into this.
If all of that makes sense, then feel free to prepare your setup.
I'm going to try and go with the safest strategy possible, so I'm going to be going with the best possible setup I can. I'm not going to worry about the cost at all, which means I need to kill the Rex Matriarch in the fastest time, and I cannot die. I need to kill all 3 or I'm going to be eliminated. I think this is a much safer strategy to go for than trying to kill all 3 with a budget setup. Not only will I potentially be competing with them both in terms of the cheapest gear, but I could even just die to one of the Rex Matriarch, and if I don't kill all 3, I'm assuming I'll be eliminated.
Silenced is probably just going to go with speed and probably use money, as I probably think he's going to be thinking the same thing as me. He can't out PVM the RS guy. Even if I can't out PVM him, I might be able to out budget him, and that will be my plan. I'm thinking to go as budget as possible, which is super risky because I might not even be able to kill all of the Matriarchs. But I'm hoping knowing all of the mechanics is going to come in my favor, and you can get a pretty decent budget setup on RS3 nowadays with just untradables, which are worth nothing.
Being able to reclaim the Trials gear that has no value is extremely powerful for this, because it's a full set of armor as well as a weapon that can be used for all 3 Rex Matriarchs. The rules are the rules, and because it's allowed, it's time to do it. I'm also using my Necklace of Salamancy because it has no value and it gives you a ton of damage and accuracy against dinosaurs. I've got 2 doses of Overload because I think I'm going to be in just over the 6-minute mark, and I'd rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. And then outside of that, I've got some Super Restores, I've got an Excalibur, and I've got an Invent of Food. The big decision I need to make in my gearing is, do I want to bring Zemoreagle's Nexus? It's going to increase the value of my invent by about 150,000 coins. I think the only way I lose this thing is if I manage to not finish killing all 3. So let's take the Nexus, and even though it's probably going to make my setup a little more expensive than some of the other ones, I think I'm still going to be able to move through with this setup.
I'm going all out for this challenge. I have my Bow of the Last Guardian, Inquisitor Staff, and Masterwork Spear. I'm also bringing all the food I can, because if I die before killing all 3 Matriarchs, it is over and I'm going to be eliminated. I'm going to be bringing switches for all of my armor. I'm also going to be using Vom Bombs on all 3 Rex Matriarchs so I can get my kill time as fast as possible. The only problem is these 2 guys are absolutely cracked at the game, and it's possible they kill all 3 Rex Matriarch in a faster time even with cheaper gear.
I'm going to be trash at PVM, and I've chose a really low setup. So it's really, really, really cheap, which means this is going to be super risky. I could even just die. But got far, we've had fun. If I lose, I lose. It is what it is. I should probably do Mage first because it's right in front of me and I don't have to move. Let's do Mage first. And yeah, I'll just entangle it off the bat and we should be good to go.
I know I can get a kill with this, and I'm realizing with the Nexus, I probably don't need food. So I'm realizing I should have banked on my food, but my food's dirt cheap anyway, so it's probably okay. We're being told to go, so let's go. Oh, my bar's wrong. Oh no.
I'm feeling really nervous. I haven't killed the Rex Matriarch in a while, so I'm going to be really rusty on mechanics. Not only that, I haven't used the original 3 combat styles. I've been only using Necromancy since it came out, so that is going to make this challenge much more difficult for me.
Oh my god, I just got a high heart rate notification on my watch. That's how stressed I am about this right now. Okay, the only way I win this is if I get more kills or faster kills. That's like my only chance. Okay, I think I'm ready. It's time to start. Let's do it. We're killing the mage one first.
My strategy is to start off with Orichalca first, where I need to use my mage gear. Orichalca is one that I'm probably least familiar with. I do know that I did kill a few when they first came out, so these kills might be pretty rough.
I do not know the mechanics very well at all, actually. I don't know. I just need to kill it fast. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know. I'm just gonna eat food. I don't think I'll care about dodging mechanics.
As the mechanics start happening, they're starting to come back to me.
Oh my god. Okay, that's fine. First one's almost done. Sort of. I am not very fast, and I definitely forgot that. Mage is definitely my worst setup.
Before I know it, 3 craters spawn right beneath me.
Okay, that did a lot of damage. Oh my god.
And I end up signing before I take out the first boss. This is absolutely devastating. I need to kill all 3 Rex Matriarch to stay in this challenge, and I already signed to the very first one.
Okay, that's fine. Just kill it. There's one. This is so slow.
I'm really gonna have to step up my game for these next 2.
The one you kill with magic, this one, it has quite a few mechanics, but you can skip every single one of them by just snaring him constantly and not letting him hit you with auto attack. Alright, we stun, snare. Oh. Every time he hits you with an auto attack, he'll apply cold, cooldowns and abilities will take way longer to come up, and it will cause a bunch of issues with your kill time and your supplies. So the best bet on this one is just bring some entangle runes, entangle that bad boy as much as possible, and just DPS it down from afar. Alright, we'll get this kill real quick. I'm definitely going to be the slowest, bro. But I got cheap gear, so I might have the cheapest gear. Alright, we should kill this in a second now, 10 years later. Great, and then we can go to melee. Melee's going to be a lot quicker, plus I have Zerkora on. That was silly of me to activate Zerkora early, but that's okay.
I spent a couple thousand coins on an anti-poison because I do know the first Rex Matriarch does use poison. But as soon as I entered the arena, I realized I could actually do some aura switching and instead activate the Poison Purge aura, and that might do the exact same thing. So that's a bit of a mistake there, and that is going to cost me a few thousand coins. I'm so scared that Orkalka's going to get on me. I'm good. Oh, I missed one. No, that's only 10k. Okay, that's fine. I would like to be able to get a kill here. If I could, that would be really, really nice. Before, because it's got cycles, right? So it's going to redo the same rotation as before, and then I'm going to have to... Oh, no, it's happening. That's annoying, isn't it? I think I can kill it before I have to absorb, though. I think. I need to eat, though. Eat a food.
Make sure I'm full health. Okay, I've actually killed this one a few times, so I kind of know the mechanics, but it's been so long since I killed Rex Matriarch. And they hit hard too if you mess up.
Luckily, my range gear is nearly best in slot with the Bow of the Last Guardian, and I'm actually most familiar with this Rex Matriarch, even though it's considered by many to be the hardest.
Oh no, what do? I think I surge away, maybe? Let's surge.
I already signed in the challenge, so I really can't make any mistakes.
Yeah, this one's by far a lot better. Man, I haven't used anything but necromancy in such a long time. Okay, this one's dead. All right, Wrathis last.
Orkalka, the Rex Matriarch that uses melee, is the easiest one of all, and the simple strategy to take out Orkalka is simply to just use Entangle so that she can never attack you. And then it's effectively just Entangle. This one should be really, really easy. Yeah, this one should be basically free, provided I can hit. Last time I did this challenge was before the combat changes, so I forgot that I have a 100% hit chance and I can't splash my Entangles. So I brought way too many runes and way more than I needed, which made my setup a lot more expensive than it should have been or could have been. I could have brought 20 nature runes instead of 100, and I could have brought 1 singular fire rune and 1 singular air rune instead of the 200 that I brought. But still, this fight is an absolute walk in the park. It is a breeze, and it was a great opportunity for me to soul split my HP back up to full. Yeah, this one should be super easy. Dude, the combat changes make this way easier. I think I'm over geared, honestly. I'm definitely overgeared, and I brought too many runes as well, but that's okay. Like, it is not the end of the world. And then the last one is going to be the one where it's going to be really hard to hit. I am glad I brought Bone Shield, I think, but it does feel like, I don't know if it feels like a waste of money. It is expensive, right, to be on Bone Shield.
Take you where you wanna go.
I start attacking the boss, and the first thing it does is spew out these giant poison blobs onto the ground. I don't know the mechanics, so I just follow my instincts. Don't stand on the poison.
Dodged. What was that? An Uber heal? I definitely did something wrong. I'm probably throwing this so bad.
It turns out if you don't stand on the poison to absorb it, Rathus heals back to full. My gear costs almost 4 billion coins. I'm going for the fastest kill time. I can't afford to make mistakes like this.
This was not my challenge. I don't imagine I'll win this one, but you never know. I better kill them the fastest. Come on, die. Okay, we're done. That is time. Hopefully that was good enough. It definitely could have been a lot better. I was kind of rushed preparing for it and everything. Oh, I forgot to change my curse the entire time. That could have been so much better. Like, I feel like I forgot so many things.
I made various mistakes. I forgot my Vuln bombs. I messed up on many mechanics. I even signed. But I'm still hoping it's a fast enough time to beat out the RS guy and my crew.
Okay, the wrong keybind is kind of annoying. No. I literally said that this is the least risky one, and I take an 8k to the face because I don't have Protect from Range bound. I was killing Raziel ages ago when I was playing, and yeah, Protect from Necromancy does not protect me from the range hit. We should be gaming. That's him gone. Got him. Okay. So now we just have the range, but I need to move this on my bar. Oh, when your prayer's going down, you can't drag it. That's so dumb. The one you kill with range, this one is the most risky. He has the most mechanics and the most KO potential out of all three. He'll hit you with primarily magic attacks, but occasionally he'll spin around and throw out a range attack that you need to pray range for, or ideally, you can use the shield and resonance it. I'm personally not even going to take a shield, so I'm going to try and brute force this, but he also does a couple of things that you can dodge, but if you don't dodge them, you're pretty much dead. One of them being the lightning attack. If you're standing in that line, you're just dead.
All right, last one. So this is the hardest of the three. I wanted to do this one last just because it's the most dangerous of the bunch. My hit chance is way better than I thought it would be, though. I made a huge mistake here, and the second I started attacking, I realized that I don't have insulated boots, and the best way to deal with the lightning mechanic is just to simply put on a pair of insulated boots that cost a couple hundred GP from any Slayer Master. So because of that, I need to be quite careful, because the damage this boss can do can really, really creep up on you. Oh, be careful, Ryan. Whoop.
The third and final Rex Matriarch. My supplies are looking very dire from all of the mistakes I made on the melee one and taking that 8k to the face. So unfortunately, we're going to have to try hard this one quite heavily. I don't even know if I have the supplies to kill it. Oh, crap. Yeah, I have nothing. I'm just going to have to try my best. This is not good at all. I am out of supplies. I have 0 food. And the boss still has 70,000 hit points, which means I've got to do a lot of damage here. I do have one thing that I can rely on, though. One hidden tech up my sleeve. Signing for a 5k heal. That's pretty much 2.5 shots. I have nothing. The boss is so close to dying, but so am I. Oh man, I didn't speak like that whole time because that was scary, but yeah, done. Oh my goodness, that was terrible. Oh, the only thing going through my mind now is that we did it.
Like, I'm doing fine. It's gonna be a slow. I'm praying wrong. Dude, I'm actually throwing. If I end up not first because of that, that's entirely my fault. That is just completely and utterly a throw. But yeah, I definitely I feel like I probably spent the most, actually, of everybody. So I'm hoping I can just get done fast. And that would be really, really good. We're almost there. Hit a little Gricko, hit a little range prey. Hit attendees and we're done.
Welcome back, everybody. Some of you really cut it close, but I'm sure you want to know what the scoring is. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into the scoring. First up, we have the scoring on kills. Some of you came quite close to dying before finishing the challenge, but in the end, all of you managed to take out all 3 dinosaur bosses. Which means that for this category, you are all tied in first, gaining 3 points each.
I was really hoping one of them would have gotten overconfident with their setup and was going to die before taking out all 3.
All 3 of us getting all 3 bosses killed is no surprise, but I was hoping that someone just made a big mistake and died. But here we are. Hopefully my budget setup can prevail.
I was hoping someone was going to die, but it makes sense. At this point of the competition, everybody's pretty locked in, everybody's extremely competent, so it's to be expected that everyone completed all 3 kills.
At this point, I have to come first in the kill times.
So let's move on to the cost of your gear setups. Silenced, let's start with you. Because you went all out and your setup ended up coming in at 3.8 billion GP.
Look at this big spender over here, dude.
The RS guy was able to do it with only 353,000 GP. That is less than 1% of the budget Silenced used. Those indeed are some impressive savings.
I performed really, really well for the gear that I had and the setup that I had, and there were no risky moments and it was never in doubt, which makes me think I could have brought even fewer supplies and an even cheaper setup and I still would have been good to go. And I'm hoping that doesn't come back to haunt me.
But that does bring us on to Micro, who was able to cut that down even further and only needed a quarter of that, with 83,000 GP, a ludicrously cheap setup.
I'm honestly shocked to find out they were able to kill all 3 Rex Matriarch with such cheap setups.
That means Micro gets the maximum amount of points and takes the lead heading into the final category.
I am so happy that I was able to out-budget RS Guy. And I didn't die, even though I came super close. We survived, which means I am pretty solidified here. And it's looking good.
So let's have a look at the last chance for you guys to score some points. The speed category.
It's all coming down to this. I need to have the fastest time or I'm going to be eliminated.
Silenced. Of course, with your 3.8 billion GP setup, I'm sure your main goal was to convert that into the quickest kill time here, and you will be relieved to know that you managed to do that, getting first place in this category with a time of 4 minutes and 9 seconds to defeat all 3 bosses.
I did it, I made it to the finals, my strategy paid off, now I just need to wait and see who I'm up against. Both of them are really great players, so I don't think it really matters who I go up against. It's pretty impressive that the RS guy is still in this. He's gone through so many elimination challenges, so part of me really hopes he's the one I have to face in the final.
As soon as I heard that Silence had a faster kill time than me, I knew that he must have brought best in slot gear and gone full speed ahead, which is an absolutely genius strategy. So massive props to Silence for coming up with a way to get through the challenge without having to compete with myself or with my crew.
Micro, with your cheapest setup, you really put in some work. Understandably, your time is quite a bit slower, but still very respectable, coming in at 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Which brings us on to the RS guy. And if you're keeping track of the scores, you might have realized that your fate in the showdown comes down to your performance in this category. Micro's time of 7 minutes and 21 seconds is the one to beat, because if you didn't, you will end up with the lowest score of the group, and you will be eliminated from the RuneScape Showdown. The time you needed to complete all 3 bosses was 6 minutes and 44 seconds. All 3 competitors ended up with a 3-way tie of 7 points, which means that for the first time in the RuneScape Showdown, there will be no eliminations today. You have all earned yourself a spot in the finals of the RuneScape Showdown.
Well, it turns out it was a 3-way tie and we'll all have to compete yet again in the finals.
A 3-way tie is absolutely wild, and I cannot believe that we're going to be moving on to the finals in a group of 3. I'm just so excited that I've managed to qualify, and now I need to really lock in and bring it to the competition so that I can win this thing.
I don't know whether it's better to have 2 people to go against or just the 1. Is it easier to have 3? Up until this point, it was all about not being eliminated and not being lost. But even with 3 people in the finals, I've got to beat them both.
What a week. I made it through the semi-final challenge. I really wasn't sure if I was able to do this. I think this was by far the hardest challenge I had to go through yet, especially considering the competition I was up against. I'm really proud with how I'm doing so far, and I cannot wait for the finals next week.
Next time, we will crown a winner of the RuneScape Showdown, and there can only be one.